from 0 to 37,000 followers in 1 year. I decided to restart all of my social medias in January 1 of 2024 because I've been trying to do content for a couple of years pretty unsuccessfully, honestly. Even like the YouTube channel that I had only had a few hundred subscribers. That was the biggest thing that I had, and most of the views are like 20 to 25 on my videos. So it was pretty demoralizing and depressing. So I decided to try something completely different than what I'd done before, which was a very highly processed, highly professional form of content where I would sit down in my suit or my business clothes and I would sit and I would talk to people very professionally behind a desk, and it just wasn't working and no one was watching the content, and it was a tremendous amount of effort. And honestly, it was super demoralizing for me to get those kind of results after trying for a couple of years. So instead, what I decided to do is to start to follow some of the trends I saw where people were doing much more casual, just face-to-face kind of like FaceTime content like you're seeing right now from me. Well, I did this, and the first video is actually kind of an accident of this style. I had the idea to do this for a while, and I'd seen a lot of people on TikTok sitting there and talking in their cars, and they had tons of views. And I was like, man, I'm doing such like highly produced content and I'm getting nothing out of it. So I decided when I was gonna go into 2024 that I wanted to try this content thing one more time before I just threw it out and got rid of it completely. And I decided to just do very casual talking face-to-face like this type of content. And I went and I got a phone call from a friend of mine. I'm in the HR field, and I was driving home from work, and she called that day because she wanted to, just kind of vent about the recruiting market and how tough it was on candidates right now. So I was like, okay, yeah, so I listened. And so I just hit record in my car and I just kind of tried it and I put it up, and the video like got about 700,000 views. And I was like, okay, my previous biggest video was like 1,000 views. So I was like, what in the world just happened? So I looked at everything with my friends and family, and they said, I think it's because it's casual and we're talking just like this that it was successful for you. So when I started to do that, and I started to only post one video a day, and like I have a full-time job, I have children, I have all kinds of schedule requirements. So I knew I couldn't just sit there and knock out like 3 videos a day like a lot of people are doing. Instead, I decided to batch videos. So batching videos for me was Monday night, which is tonight, I'm doing it again. When I get home from work, I sit down for about half an hour and I would record 7 videos. And that would be for the next 7 days going forward. And after that half hour of just recording videos like this, maybe 3 to 10 minutes in length, then I would spend maybe another half hour editing them, putting captions, and doing the copy for them. And the whole thing was over in about an hour total. And then I would release one a day. As soon as I woke up every day at 6 a.m., I had a little posting thing that I did, while I got my breakfast ready, a little routine, and it was very successful for me. And my followers at one point, once I really started to push this and I kind of got in a rhythm of it, they jumped more than 10,000 in 1 month in April, because I kind of got on a cadence where I was like getting it. And so that's the most important thing. I know a lot of people on here say, well, you've got to post 3 times a day. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. For me, I post once a day and I batch all my videos once a week, and it only takes me about an hour. And now at this point, I'm not super monetized. Like, you have to do like a lot of brand deals, and a lot of TikTok shop type of stuff, a lot of Instagram brand deals, that type of stuff, in order to make money on these platforms. But instead, I make these a lot of the times just to help people with HR and with business content, because I get a lot of the same questions repeatedly. So my videos really set forth to try to answer those questions. But if I could give anybody advice that wants to grow their social media, is to stop with all the fancy stuff, is to just sit down right in front of your camera like you're on FaceTime with a loved one or a friend, and just have a conversation like you're normally talking to them, and then put some captions on the video, put a title above, make a hook for the first 3 seconds, and then put the video out there. And the other thing that happens is you can't control it all, even though you do this great thing. You do the right hashtags, you do the copy, you do the captions, all that. Sometimes the video goes pleh, and you get 300 views on one platform, and then you put it up on another platform and it goes viral. And there's not really a rhyme or reason a lot of the time to it. I'll tell you guys, I had a video that I worked hard on for my 3 job predictions for the market for 2025. And that video got 343 views on this TikTok over here. And I put that video on LinkedIn because it was semi-work related, and that got 3.400,000 now, like 3.4 300,000, 400 views already, and that's in, about a week. So it's possible that your content is going to do something on a platform that you don't think it will. That's why it's really important just to cross-post your content on all the platforms. Now, me personally, I take one piece of content and I put it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, which cross-posts in Clapper. And I do that, like I said, the whole thing's over in about 5 minutes each morning and 1 hour of batching a week, and that's what works for me. But I'd like to know if you blew up on social media or you did well, and I really haven't done well. There's people that are growing their social media much faster than me. If you did really good though, where you hadn't done good in the past, just like I did, what did you do that changed things for you? What did you do that made it better than it previously was, where you were failing, if you were failing like I was? And what are you doing now? So please let me know below so that we can share and all learn.